Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. Kevin here, top 1 financial advisor and best-selling author. We are here to talk about the stock market. Hello and happy Labor Day to everyone. Hopefully you had the day off and it was well deserved. Today I want to give you 2 key habits for successful investors. And I'll tell you this, there is a list of 5 that will be dropping inside of the members only, so you want to make sure that you get that. To join the members only, make sure you hit the button down here or right under this video or the link that you see on the screen right now. Alright, so how do we come up with these habits? How do these habits work? Number 1, remember my professional background. Perhaps you're a new person to hit the like button and subscribe. But in either case, I was a financial advisor and I managed over $140 million for all of my clients, primarily in the New York City area, which means that 1, I've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of millionaire clients, and I've been able to see people who started out with very little and worked their way up to $1 million, and then people who just had millions to begin with. And I've been able to really glean a lot of lessons from them and kind of boil them down into things that can help you be successful regardless of the amount of money that you're currently making, because these habits are to help build you now for the future. A lot of these habits I've also put in my book, From Burning the Blueprint. That link can be, or will be rather, in the description below as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the first one. The first habit is not checking your investing account every single day. Now, yes, we have talked about this a little bit before, but the reason why this is so important is because we are psychologically wired to remember the worst things, whether it's weather or your finances, than we are the good times. So when the market is down like it is today, or not today, the market's close today, but when the market is down like a year like this year, then you can overreact to certain things. And it's always interesting to me, especially in the age of social media and the age of my career and where I am in life. It's interesting to see everybody says, well, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. The market drops low and people are selling and nobody is really buying. And this is the season where you start to see people like Warren Buffett and others start to buy stocks of what they see are a value. This is that time. So when you check your account, you overcorrect a lot of times. I've said this metaphor too, where there are times where you're in traffic and the lane to the right of you seems to be moving faster. You move over there and then the other lane is moving a lot faster. So you keep going back and forth, lane to lane to lane, really increasing the time that you're in traffic. If you just stay the path, you're going to get to your destination in either case. That is still true for investing. You don't want to oversaturate yourself with information and start to stare at your account and make moves every single minute. Number 1, you could be running into several taxable events, but also again, you tend to overcorrect time and time again. You lose more than you make, and it just doesn't, it's too emotional for you. A lot of times you might want to log out. Sometimes you might want to delete your investing account app, not the whole account, just the account app, so that you don't have constant access to that information. Now for me, because I have to do this every day, it's my job, how do I manage it? Well, 1, I have different apps for different things. So my main retirement account, I really only check that like twice a year. When y'all hear me talk about what I do in June and what I do in December, I stick to that. Very, very rarely am I going in and say, oh, how is my IRA doing today? I don't need to know that. I did my research. I invested in selling companies. I can leave it alone. I got index funds. I can leave it alone. I don't need to be in it every single day. I cannot tell you what my account balance is. I don't need to know that. And if I did, and if I checked it every day, I am going to make mistakes. And that's not something that I want to do. Okay, so that's number 1. The other thing too is there's a difference between staring at my investments and just being inside of my account. So an account like Public, I go in, I post. What I don't do is click to see how much I'm up or down on O'Reilly's. I don't know that, right? Unless we are covering a video on it, that's not something I do. But the other thing that I have is I have a constitution, if you will. You know that my rules, June, December, that's it. If you don't have those rules, then sometimes you can look at your account and just do whatever it is you feel like doing, right? That you don't have to have the same rules that I do, but you do need to have something to keep you grounded. And if you happen to look at your account, or you want to have that constant access, that you are not acting on it. You have to have constitution or rule book, or you can just not look at it at all, okay? Or look at it on a specified date, okay? And the second thing that can help, a second habit rather, that can help you be a successful investor is having a repeatable process. Keyword is repeatable process. And this is something that, again, Warren Buffett is really, really good at. But then I've had tons of clients who have a, kind of an A, B, and C, a ritual, if you will, when they start to invest in something, or they're doing research. Now, we've covered these things a few times before. The process that I use, the dollar cost average, it is repeatable every single time. A lot of what I do in my life, I try to boil down and make it repeatable, right? So these videos, the same intro, right? I get into the topic and the end is the same. That helps me to do these things a lot faster. That helps me to increase my quality. The same thing is true with investing. There are certain things I look at, and there's certain times of year that I look at those investments, and that helps me to stay on track. When you don't have a repeatable process, you don't know why you are successful if you get into a stock and things go great. And you're like, well, how did I do that? And you don't know. You got lucky, right? We don't want just luck, right? We want luck and we want skill. We want consistency in the stock market. And the only way to do that is to write down those steps, if you have steps at all. Say, look, this is what I do. This is how I do it. And I'm going to keep doing this on Fridays, on the 1st of the month, the 15th, whatever that thing is going to be. It has to be repeatable. Now, I also say that list of steps doesn't have to be long. Some people's process for investing is, I buy index funds every 2 weeks, and that's it. That's the only step they have, and that's totally fine. If that's you, that does count, but it is something that is repeatable. If you're somebody that uses charts and use technical analysis, the most successful people that I've seen do it have a very strict process, where whether it's 7 steps or 9 steps or 10 steps, they do not do anything until those steps are completed, and that helps to guide them on whether they buy, whether they sell, or whether they say, look, I'll just wait until things get better, right? That is how their process works. Everybody should have a process that helps you to replicate results over and over and over again, because just like money, that compounding interest does add up. So your process, as you continue to invest, does add up. That's going to increase your net worth and increase your ability to achieve financial freedom. Okay, got it? All right, so those are the 2 big habits, or the habits that you need to have as an investor. I have a whole list of 5, but you, to get that, have to join the members only. That will release later this week. All right, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.